There are a lot of joys in the JDM world, but very few that are as wonderful as seeing this pull up to your house. Just in case you wonder what the breakover angle on this is, enough to handle that. Can we just appreciate the shot for a minute? Two K-vans with the super roofs that are both four-wheel drive in my driveway at the same time. This is so cool. And what else can I say? They're awesome. All right, they're here. They're offloaded. The Beat's new battery, unfortunately enough, is very dead, so we're going to need to give that a good charge. And for whatever reason, this tire was flat when it left Osaka, so I think there's probably some sort of an issue with the wheel, or there's probably a pinhole leak, because it's still got about 15 pounds of air left in it. But all told, not bad at all. This, of course, was a budget build for a Beat. Again, we managed to score this for a ridiculously low price. And for what started as a fun little lark, ended up as one of the only automatic transmission Beats in the world, let alone the US. The only real problem with it that we saw, other than the rear wheel, is somebody broke the door handle in transit. Unfortunately enough, it is in the center console, so it just kind of is what it is. But it's always nice seeing the Tiki Bunny sticker that we put on there in Japan, that you can see back in the Osaka video. But let's take a look at the interior. It is pretty clean. There is like a little bit of a bubble here. It's not even that crunchy or crusty. It just kind of is what it is. Underneath is very clean. Got a timing belt sticker at 33,000 kilometers. The fuel door works, which did not on our pink Beat, which is awesome. And it's got this cool yellow interior, which definitely needs a pretty solid detail across the board. We've got that wild automatic transmission, and unfortunately enough, there's our door handle. So we'll epoxy that on there right now. We'll get a new one from Japan. But here's the gauges, 146,000 kilometers on there, which is pretty much middle-aged. But the other thing that I did not address in Japan is look how low to the ground this thing is. Like, this is slammed, so that's my fist. And you can see that there is not much more than a thumb's worth of ground clearance. So when you're sitting in this thing, it feels like you're dragging on the road. But there were some JDM goodies in here that I did not see last time, and that is an entire mixtape collection of various JDM songs. So there you go. Very cool. I'll have to translate this for everybody, and I'm going to make a little freeze frame there, and I will put up on the screen right now what these songs are. Hopefully I can translate them for you guys, and if not, Google Translate can do the rest. But very cool that that we've got Japanese mixtapes in there. I have not gotten behind the seats to check out the document containers just yet. Hopefully there's more stuff in there. There's nothing in the glove box, but it does have the Gathers radio, which is really cool, and the speakers. So we'll test that out and make sure that it all works. But for right now, first impressions on this in the United States, really, really, really excellent. I'm super thrilled with this. All right, first step, as always, replace the battery with the brand new ones from our battery shop over on 124th. And this guy should spark right up now that that's in there. Hey, woo! Yeah, that's firing right up. Fantastic. This is without question one of, if not the lowest to the ground car I have ever driven. It feels like the grass is taller than me right now. It's impossible. Like, look at my view over here to the Atri next door. Like, I am legitimately up to like this crease right here. That is where my eye line is. So I am sitting, like, again, the Atri looks like an 18-wheeler from where I am right now. This is so beyond insane. But hey, you know what? As long as we're here, let's do a quick gauge looks. It looks like this guy, unsurprisingly, you can see the rust in the screws right there. That almost guaranteed means that this gauge cluster is going to need to, yeah, you can see the arrow is busted in there. Fortunately for the buyer, they do have somebody who can help them with this. But let's take a look at the glove box real quick. Oh, yes! We have the original auction sheet, which has been, it's very yellow. It's very yellowed. I'm not quite sure why that's the case, but there you go. 3.5B with a special symbol right next to that, because obviously it's been automatic swapped. AC doesn't work. We just tested that driving it up here. We know that for a fact. The compressor does come on though. We have even more cassettes. Look at this. This is fantastic. I have no idea what's on any of these, but we'll certainly do our best to figure it out. And what is this guy down in here? Oh, it's you know what? This is a bag that that charms come in from, isn't it? Yeah. This is the bag that that charms come in when you buy them from this way. When you buy them from Japanese shrines. So there was a charm in here at some point in time in this little glove box, but no longer. So, all right, we've got a bunch of stuff in here. Some stuff I want to keep, some stuff I don't. The interior is quite dirty. The windshield has grease paint all over it. And we need to get some of this junk out of here. So let's clean it up. Well, you know what? I was a little concerned because some of this stuff wasn't coming out with the pressure washer, but it's coming out just fine. A little elbow grease. I don't know, residue of mold of some point in time. I'm sure that this car sat for a while. There you go. Cassette holder is ready to go. Now that it's mostly cleaned out, we can see what's back here in the document folder. Hey, look at this. This is your registration or your shotgun, I think. So there you go. This is who owned this vehicle previously. You know, attention to detail is attention to detail. And when we gotta scrub the dirt, the JDM dirt off of keys, we go the extra mile. That's just how this thing works. Well, I think that looks way better. You know what? I should have done this before I cleaned the interior, but this nasty black paint with the weird stickers on there was driving me up the wall. So it is time to paint this, and I think I've got a pretty good idea as to how. So let's see what I can do. Wish me luck. Now I've got my own little outdoor paint chamber where I can just hold the garbage bag up and tape it up here. And then all of the paint is going to stay exactly where I want it to stay. In theory. We're going to need to sand it, but not bad for a first pass. You know what? Not bad. And here we go. You're barely above the curb, but that's fine because it's a Honda Beat. It's supposed to be low to the ground. It's supposed to be just desperately enjoyable in every which way, shape, and form. But the real question is, does the automatic transmission take away from the joy of driving a Beat? Now, I've been driving this around for a few days now, and the answer universally is no. I mean, one of the great things about a Honda Beat is that it's small, it's fun, it's loud. It doesn't need to be fast. Like, sure, would I love to be banging through gears right now? Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to a car that shifts itself, you can do so much worse. How can you not smile when you're driving a Honda Beat, man? But just because we have a joyful Honda Beat over here does not mean we're about to forget about our Subaru Sambar. So let's get this guy cleaned up. You know, one of the weird things about this van is that it doesn't have a cup holder up front, only in the back, but so does the Atri. So I guess the old Rabico air freshener is just going to go back here. Wow, that actually fits in there pretty perfectly. I guess it makes sense because it's a JDM air freshener. We got the Tiki Buddy imports up front, and oh man, I forgot to show you this. Ready? Pop-up cup holders. I totally forgot all about that. So there are cup holders back here and up front. Well, those are going to fail the big freaking bottle test next week, but that's okay. Wait, hold on. I went to open the back door and it was locked. Does this thing have power locks? It does. Look at that. Let's talk about our other automatic in this 1998 Subaru Sambar Diaz 2. This guy is pretty close to being a unicorn as humanly possible, because not only has it been resprayed this really lovely color of green, it's also got four-wheel drive full-time, so that's pretty rare on these guys. And then the also pretty rare thing is the fact that we've got a 3-speed true automatic transmission. This is a rarity for the Sambars because most of these would say ECVT right here, and instead of D1 and 2 you would see D and DS, which means this thing's got a power clutch in it. It's not durable by any stretch of the imagination. It is not something that you're going to want in a Sambar. If somebody shows you a Sambar and it's got that ECVT on the shifter, you can pretty much just ignore it because it is a ticking time bomb at that point. But this one, not only do we have the four-wheel drive, the 3-speed automatic, but we also have this outstanding panorama roof. Just like the Atri, this guy has 2 huge pieces of glass on top. The back is powered. This one is manual. It's got this pretty cool pattern of plaid in the seats with some purple, dark blue, gray, and white, which is really cool. It's got a rear seat heater back here. The radio has been helpfully deleted because we couldn't use that anyway, so now we have that in place. It's got approximately 93,000 kilometers. Oh, and did I mention it's supercharged? So this vehicle can get out of its own way in a wonderful way because it knows how to boogie. And then we've got 2 rear seats. At present, there is no seat belts on these guys, but that's okay because we've got all these wonderful armrests back here for creature comforts. Putting seat belts in these is relatively trivial because, again, the bulkheads that you would want to attach to are right about there. Not a big deal. We've got some cool cargo space under here in case you wanted to put a slider down there. As a potential camper build, this is wonderful because these seats do fold completely flat into the footwell. But wow, here's the bar. So when you're transporting passengers, you undo the Velcro straps and then put this up. And then they hold onto the bar like a roller coaster. Not quite sure how and why they do that in Japan, but that is just how it goes. All right, inside the Sambar, we are going to take a little drive here just to experience it and just enjoy exactly what this van has to offer. And I'll tell you what, after driving the Atri so long, every time I put this thing in a gear, I just stomp down with my left foot for a clutch that's just not there. But as you can see, this thing's got some real get up and go. It revs to about 6,000 before it shifts, so it's not hitting red line, but it's still pretty peppy and still ready to go. And again, it's no slouch. And like, again, this power steering is just wonderful. It's handling the bumps better than the Atri, that's for sure. I mean, again, this van is 4 years newer, so I'm comparing it to obviously what I have, but it's handling speeds no issues whatsoever. And that roof, man, that view when you're back there, or heck, even just looking over your shoulder is so enjoyable. Oh yeah, this thing has some real get up and go. The 3-speed automatic, I mean, traditionally in a K car, a 3-speed automatic is quite the L. But in this case, paired with the supercharger, woof, it definitely has some real go, and I am just impressed with this. Not to mention here, the sunroof, just watch this. It just pops open immediately with such smoothness. And even the Atri's is actually pretty slow, so this is a real benefit to having the Sambar. That engine sitting behind us is definitely got that extra little power. I mean, the 4-cylinder has way more get up and go than the 3, so I'm just extremely impressed with this entire vehicle. and I think we're going to get this up to Continental Motors tomorrow. So hopefully within a couple of weeks, once the title arrives, this guy will be up for sale, and you can be bombing around your neighborhood in this really cool Subaru Sambar. And while we're down here finishing the video for YouTube, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, please have a look at my Patreon. It's excellent. It's got some additional bonus content and video, extra stuff when we go to Japan, and one of the coolest feature, a sticker of the month voted on by the Patreon supporters. So that's fantastic. But we've got some really super cool stuff ahead, including our 100th vehicle for Tiki Bunny Imports. And if you recall back about a year ago to our video with the AZ1, the dash cam footage of it actually going through the auction process and journeying to America, we've finally got the Australian side of that. So with our latest Australian import, we do have dash cam footage of that entire process and a walk around of a Holden Ute. So stay tuned, there's lots more to come, and I cannot wait to bring it to you guys. All right, thanks everybody, we'll see you soon.